Hello, my name is Sergeant First Class Retired Ivan Youngblood. I'm one of the 3 JROTC instructors here at North Hardin High School. And I'm here with...
I'm Lucas Hicks. I'm a cadet captain, and I'm also the male Raider commander.
Around last year, I started thinking about coming up with something where we can try to commemorate or remember the events that took place on 9/11. And this is something that I believe that we can kind of keep the memory alive and at the same time kind of educate some of our cadets along with the community. And we came up with this obstacle course / remembrance for 9/11. And so what we're doing is we invited our local first responders to come out and support and intermingle with the cadets at the same time. Originally, it was just meant for them to integrate them along with them as they go through the course. But as I pitched the plan to them, they decided that they also wanted to participate as well and put teams together to compete. So we're going to have first responders participating as well through the course along with the cadets. So I think it's going to be pretty fun and pretty interesting. We have first responders from, of course, Radcliffe and E-Town, and we also invited, we're going to be some from Fort Knox, and we've invited Vine Grove and Rineyville as well.
So my role is to kind of tell everyone where they're supposed to be, give everyone a job to do for each obstacle and thing that we have to do. But it's kind of more of a team event, and I'm not just the commander. I also participate in all these obstacles and go through as a leader and not just a dictator. The new obstacle course has been here for since last year, right? So 2 years on the new obstacle course, but I've been in JROTC and a Raider for all 4 years here.
I believe trying to do it is just to keep the memory alive. I believe what happened on that tragic day, it's been almost 2 generations ago. So there's cadets that come through here that they can see it in the books or see it, a little clips on TV. And then even some of the first responders themselves, they weren't born when this event happened. So speaking with some of the captains and sergeants on the police force and fire department, they also expressed to me that they have individuals within their departments that weren't alive when this event happened as well. So we believe that it's just something to keep the memory alive, and that way hopefully this can become an annual event and get the community involved and bring everyone together, and we can just get out and make this a community event.
So our obstacle course consists of a few different things. The very first thing to note is what we call the weaver, or the over-under. And it's an incline to a decline, and you have multiple different bars throughout it. You go over one and under the next, and once you get to the other side, you crawl down. This obstacle is probably the hardest one that we have, so that's why I put it very first in everything we do. We also have a wall segment. We have a, 6?
Yes.
8 and 10?
Yes.
Yeah, a 6 foot, 8 foot, and a 10-foot wall. The 10-foot wall has a rope that helps you get up, and the rest of them don't. And there's a net on the other side to help people get down safely. And with every obstacle, we have mulch barriers to help cushion a fall, and nets. So it's very safe, and obviously when people go through it, it's going to be monitored. We also have a tire swing that you have to basically dive through. And it's really tiny, and you got to figure out how to mingle your body through it. And then we have lache bars, otherwise known as monkey bars, that you have to crawl across. And we also have a rope. How tall is the rope?
It's probably about 1 story.
A 1-story tall rope you have to climb just straight up, and there's a bell at the top. We also have, right next to the rope actually, is a Jacob's ladder, which is just bars that are stacked on top of each other. You have to climb up each one and over and climb back down. And then the last obstacle built is a balance beam. You walk and you shimmy across. It's like a zigzag. It is based on speed, but there are also like penalties. So if you don't do the obstacles right or you fail an obstacle, then time is added.
In addition to this competition, we have the Hardin County Cup that's at Central Hardin, and then this competition that we do, and then we have we're going to also be competing at the Nationals, Raider Nationals, that takes place on Fort Knox in October, and we will also be participating in the Eastern Kentucky Army ROTC. They are hosting a competition at the end of September. We're going to be going to that school as well and do competition there. With our program being the size that we are, we have over 180 cadets. So we have a pretty big pool to select from. So we have pretty large cadet bases. So we have enough that we can have an all-male team and an all-female team. So the other schools that are going to be participating here is, you have Fort Knox will be bringing a team, Central Hardin will be bringing 2 teams, John Hardin will be bringing 2 teams, LaRue County will be bringing 1 team, and Meade County will be bringing 2 teams as well. To try to not take every day for granted. You know, just in a moment's notice, your lives can be turned upside down without even thinking about it. That, you know, freedom is not so free. Everything has a cost to it. So just as long as you can remember that, and, you know, thank our first responders. You know, when I was still active duty, whenever I wore my uniform, I went to, you know, the local grocery stores. You know, kids and parents would always thank me for my service. But whenever our first responders walking around, you know, I would like for people to acknowledge them and thank them for their service, for everything that they do. Local heroes that's here every day, not just, you know, our military service women and men. The day that the towers came down, I mean, it was a global chain reaction. Soldiers, family members, it affected everyone. It put everyone in a different, it gave everyone a different perspective, made everyone think different. Even our national security, the way we go to the airport, you know, everything changed that day. So it's just a day that will affect everyone and make everyone think different. But we also have our local Army recruiters. They're going to be here to help facilitate the way everything's going to go. They're going to be grading all of the events. So in addition to the obstacle course, we're also going to have other events that entails the entire event. So the obstacle course itself is just one event. We also have another event which is going to take place inside of the gym. It's the stair climb. And then we also have a vehicle push. That's another event. So it's a total of 3 events. But the stair climb that's inside the gym, each team will have to climb all the stairs inside the gym. That would signify the firefighters climbing up the stairs into the towers. So that kind of ties that into that, you know, to kind of make them see what it felt like to climbing up the towers. And then the vehicle push is another event that we're going to tie that in as well. But it was going to take place here, North Hardin. Opening ceremony will begin at 5 o'clock. Family members, local community, everyone is well welcome. We're going to have the first responders will have like the fire trucks, vehicles on display, so static display. So it'll be vendors as well. So we're opening up for the community.
It's definitely been a little bit of responsibility for me to step up from the last 3 years that I've been in this. Being a commander kind of like puts me in a position of leadership. So I have to instruct basically the people on our teams how to do things and what to do, especially the incoming freshmen that decided to join our teams. They have a lot to learn and a lot to think about. So I have a big job and a big role to play with Sergeant Youngblood. Majority of the teams will be showing up about 4:30. And we would like to have opening remarks at about 5. And then right after 5, that's when all the teams will be assigned where they're going to start from. And it'll be starting at different locations, so everything will be going on simultaneously.
So that way, well, we try to get it done before it gets dark, and everyone just enjoy the day and communicate, and everything be fun. It will be an award ceremony for each category, fastest team, first and second place, and then at the very end it'll be an overall trophy for the teams that had the overall fastest time combined.